November 2008, I was looking to watch a bit of non-league football in Nottingham. A long-time Coventry City season ticket holder, but didn't go to as many away games in that time as I'd previously done. I wanted to watch some non-league football in Nottingham when the Sky Blues were away. And a mate of mine brought me down here because he'd seen Carlton Town. And I came. First game was in November 2008. We beat Leek Town 6-2 at home, and I thought it was superb. It was good to see the players and the managers afterwards, and I've been coming pretty much ever since. I mean, there are loads to choose from, but I've got to say, I think the best Carlton memory, as in the best game, the best feeling, was when Nat Watson scored the second goal against Dunstan at the end of the season before last, the game to keep us up. We knew if we didn't win that game, we were being relegated from Step 4 after, 15 odd years. We'd had such a great run of wins when we looked dead and buried, but we needed one more, and the whole game was so tense. We're 1-0 up and hanging on basically for 85 minutes. We saved one of their penalties, which would have sent us down. And then in the 89th minute, Watson fires home in front of our fans. We know we're safe. We know we've done it. It doesn't get better than that. (1978) FA Cup final, Arsenal against Ipswich. Coventry had finished the season 7th that year, and I remember that we were one spot away from qualifying for the UEFA Cup. But if Arsenal won the FA Cup final, then they would go into the Cup Winners' Cup instead of the UEFA Cup, and we'd get their place. So we were one of the few sets of supporters not wanting Ipswich to win. But of course they won the game 1-0, Roger Osman. I remember that game. I remember sitting at the house with a load of people around, as people did for the FA Cup final in those days, and my dad having loads of mates around to watch it, cheering on Arsenal. I remember the World Cup that year, Argentina 78, and I went to watch my first Coventry game the following season, but in 78, or 78-79 season, when we beat Queen's Park Rangers at home 1-0, Gary Thompson right in front of me. Sheffield away. It's the game for Carlton Town fans. We've been going there virtually every season for the last 15, 16 years. I think there's only 1 year when we weren't in the same division. It's a 40-minute train ride. They've got a pub in the ground, as well as having some great pubs in Drumfield before you get to the ground. It's only a 10-minute walk from the station. And then the pub in the ground, Coach and Horses, serves 5 Thornbridge Brewery beers. They've got a great set of fans. Apparently, they're the oldest club in the world. They don't like to say it, but apparently they are. But we meet a few of their fans at the home game and the away match every year. We have a few beers with them, win or lose. And we've been winning more than losing against them in recent years as well, so that makes it better. But Sheffield away, it's just, there's nothing not to like about that trip. What's not to like about it? The football, the quality of the football is really good, and I think for those who don't come to watch non-league football, you'll be surprised if you make the effort to go and watch your local side. The players are good players, but it's not only that, it's value for money. The games are cheap. You can have a pint and watch the game. There's no issue about having to buy a ticket in advance. There's no issue about having to sit in your seat. And at the end of the match, win or lose, the players and the managers will come in. They're really approachable. The whole experience, it reminds me to a large extent of going to watch professional football back in the 1980s, where you didn't have to buy a ticket. It was cheap. All right, the players didn't come and meet you afterwards, but they were much more approachable than perhaps they are these days. You meet some great people. I've got friends at Carlton who are friends for life, but also you meet people at the other clubs and you recognise them when you go back year after year. It's full of volunteers and people care about it, so they give up their time and energies to do things like run the bar, to do things like clean the ground, do the programmes, do the playlists for the music, cheer on the team. There are so many things that the volunteers at this level do. The whole thing, it's just superb. I can't speak highly enough of watching non-league football.